Hey guys, Slimber here, and I am back after maybe a month or two hiatus. I've been busy working on this mixtape. If anybody doesn't know, I do music. You can look me up the dough. And I've been busy working pretty much. So I haven't really had the time to do videos lately. And my birthday just came up. I just turned 21. But anyways, we're gonna do this video on Steven Crowder talking about the labor movement. Not the labor movement, sorry, his opposed how he hates Labor Day. To let you know, to give you context, this video is about 2 years old. But still, figure it's fun to make fun of. So let's get right into this, shall we?
Oh, hello there. Allow me to express an unpopular opinion for a moment, if I may. Labor Day, as a national holiday, is a scam, and I hate it.
You're right, Steven. Labor Day is a scam because, well, it's not what it used to be. You see, we Americans look at Labor Day as this day. Some of us get a day off. We get to eat hamburgers, hot dog, have a few beers. This one's almost empty. I'm going to probably grab another one in a second. And that's cool and all, but not everybody has that day off. Now, I understand emergency people, like actual legitimate essential workers. Don't know why I'm considered one. But I didn't have the day off. And what I do is not really that essential. So, let's see where he's going with this, shall we?
No, I'm not going to try and steal your get-out-of-work-free day. You can rest easy enjoying your barbecue and beer while your boss ultimately picks up the slack to keep your pay stubs coming in, all because some arbitrary holiday was marketed to celebrate the working class and you now feel entitled to it. It's a poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every first Monday of September.
I don't get why anybody likes this fucking prick. I mean, listen here, right? What does Steven Crowder do for a living? He goes down, he sits and says the dumbest fucking takes on the internet on camera, and then posts it on the internet and makes, what, like millions of fucking dollars, and then gets a bunch of money from the Koch brothers because he's got their cock deep down his fucking throat. But, can you believe this fucker? How do people like him? He has a problem with people in society getting one day off. I mean, you know, they get like probably Christmas and shit off, but some people in society, like garbage men and shit, people who make society run, getting the fucking day off. Oh my god, how horrible. They're corporate overlords. They have to deal with one day of people not working. A day when, you know, the people who don't actually do any fucking work and just collect money. Yeah, I'm sure worried about their feelings. Hey, maybe get the cock out of your fucking throat, Steven. You fucking cuck.
Seeing as I'm apparently the only one who knows that around here, allow me to explain my opinion. Now, Labor Day was created at a rare moment in history where unions actually served a purpose beyond bitching about six-figure benefit packages and determining which other members' tires they'd slash because of bullshit card check voting. See, that's because the Industrial Revolution, unlike the Agricultural Revolution which preceded it, resulted in an economy with a select few people at the top and then a manual labor class in the factories who were working very long hours just to squeak out a living, sometimes 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, notice that was an actual moment in history, unlike the fabricated one today from entitled leftist socialists who bitch that the American dream is more out of reach than ever because they might have to work a double shift at their retail job to pay off their gender studies degree that they think the taxpayer should ultimately subsidize.
Once again, this elitist prick, who the most he's ever done for working is try to escape a debate with somebody, is telling people that they don't work a hard job. Look, are retail jobs as hard as factory jobs in fucking 1850? Probably not. I mean, there were some pretty bad conditions. People lost their hands. Or in the early 1900s, I guess. But I think the Industrial Revolution was what? Mid-1800s, I think? At least up in the north. But anyways, and look, I'm not going to say it's as bad as the Industrial Revolution right now unless they bring back child labor. But who fucking knows, Steven? I could see you supporting that due to this whole worker shortage. I could see you fucking supporting that. But is it as bad? Is it the worst it's been in the last 50 years? Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad.
Also, notice that I said manual laborers and not working class. Because the idea that someone who owns that factory, or today someone who owns a business or happens to be an independent contractor, is not working is absurd, insulting, and ironically, anti-intellectual. Think about it. The only difference between a lawyer, a doctor, an investor, or independent business owner, and the working class, as is the current nomenclature, is that the former simply work with their minds instead of their bodies.
We simply work with our minds. We don't do the manual labor that you peasants do. I'm trying so hard not to say it. It's a certain word, it starts with an F. I do not want to get myself canceled, and I would prefer not to say it anyways, but holy fucking shit, Steven Crowder is pissing me the fuck off right now. Fucking elitist piece of shit. They don't work with their minds, Steven. They work with their money that they usually inherit. They don't work with their minds, Steven. A lot of fucking poor people, if they had $25,000 laying down, they might buy a fucking McDonald's and fucking hire some people and make some money off of that. But you fucking simp for these rich people. You're a literal cocksucker, Steven. If these people presented you with their fucking dicks, you would suck them. You're a fucking cocksucker.
Does that mean that their work is any less valuable?
Yes! 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 Yes!
I thought the left had the corner on intelligentsia. Or does that only apply to modern humanities majors who posit theories and philosophies that needn't yield results in the real world? But hey, that just mirrors Marxism to a T. After all, what gives the working class or proletariats the rights to have the government violently seize businesses and means of production from others outside of the fact that the very cerebral work required to create it in the first place is simply not valued in a communist society?
Steven, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you trying to be Ben Shapiro now? Are you trying to use literal word soup, say a bunch of nonsense? That doesn't work unless you talk fast like Ben Shapiro, Steven. We can see through your bullshit.
While we're speaking of value, let's go back to the value of time. Again, today most Americans are horrified to learn that in the time of the Industrial Revolution, many people were working 12-hour days without breaks. Because in the age of today, the average 34-hour work week, who would ever consider putting themselves through that? And that's where we come full circle. Today, while you enjoy your melanoma and corn beer, there are still plenty of people who work those kinds of hours without the benefit of a labor union. They're called business owners.
The poor business owners. Oh my god. That's horrible. You know, they spend 24 hours a day doing absolutely nothing except, God forbid, sometimes they have to go to their store or sign something, or read something. That's awful. I can't imagine a life like that. It'd be horrible. Can you imagine? Doing absolutely nothing and just collecting a check at the end of the day? While the people you pay horrible wages, like a very, very small percentage of that check, do all the work for you? That's awful.
You know, the people you'll inevitably find time to vilify today between your hot dog eating contest and waking up in a boozy puddle of your own filth on some stranger's lawn. Because while you were taking the day off to play drunken lawn darts, they were likely working to make sure that the lights are still on. Someone has to make sure that you can find your way when you tardily stumble in on Tuesday looking for the Alka-Seltzer.
Oh my god, they had to pay a bill. They had to pay some bills. With the tremendous wealth that they earn from your labor, They had to pay a bill while you weren't working. You see what you've done? How could you? Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Listen, enjoy your silly day off and have fun. My only point here is that Labor Day just highlights the gross mass generalizations that come from the left in the 21st century. Even though they accuse the right of being racist at every opportunity possible, it is they who exclusively separate and view people through the prism of sex, race, age, and yes, socioeconomic status. This classism is just another way to divide and conquer, turn brother against brother, and to make you think that you're somehow owed something that only Big Brother can provide.
Yeah, Steven, keep pushing for that. Like you pushed that union worker over and then tried to pretend like you were the victim when he retaliated.
Listen, first off, that tape was very well edited. I happen to have seen some footage where it looked that he actually pushed a guy down to the ground, and that was the fellow that was actually striking him. And that's the way it looked to me. And if that was the case,
we just showed, I think, the tape that you're talking about, where he holds him back.
You're missing a large. You're missing a large segment that I saw in the room. And in the room, I seen Steve's hands on that guy's back. I saw that guy's back go down, and then he came up off his feet. Yeah, there he is. What is that, Steve?
He did go down. He was attacking a tent with women and children in it.
What were you doing?
We were there trying to prevent
listen,
people
Steve,
from being hurt in the tent.
You deserved what you got.
You are a liar, sir. You are being swallowed. Your unions are being swallowed. These are babies flailing before being put to bed. They are violent. This was not an isolated event. Look around you, man. So enjoy your Labor Day and enjoy your weekends off and 8-hour work days for that matter. And yes, like you'll see in all the social media trends today, you can in part thank a union for those luxuries. Just know that they're afforded to you because of someone who enjoys none of them. Someone who doesn't have a standard weekend and has likely gone years of working tireless hours and borrowing money just to make payroll.
Steven, I'll enjoy this beer, but there's a very, very low chance it's not Labor Day anymore. That was yesterday. I'll probably upload this today. But there's a very, very low chance that that person actually did all that, Steven. The very high chance is they inherited the money. Especially when it comes to, you know, like, fucking Walmarts and shit like that. Because you mentioned retail workers. You didn't mention fast food, which is honestly the more likely scenario where they were borrowing money. But, you know, the Waltons were born with that fucking money. But, yeah, Steven, you're full of shit.
So, okay, for your time off, benefits, and silly little end-of-summer holiday, thank a union. As for your job and the ability to provide for you and yours, thank a business owner.
So, what happens if that job doesn't pay you enough to, or pays you just barely enough to make it, or doesn't pay you enough to make it? You guillotine that business owner. Should I bleep that, or do you think YouTube's gonna take that down? In Minecraft, YouTube, in Minecraft. But anyways, what do you guys think? Do you also hate Labor Day? Like Steven Crowder, Canadian Steven Crowder, or I don't know. You like it? You want to hit the dab pen? Is this, I think YouTube allows marijuana? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Slimber out.